I'd like to take you through a short demo on room service hotel management software. This is a robust system that will help you achieve everything you need to successfully run a business. The first stage of using this system is the setup. This is where you set up your room type. I've already done for single room. Let's say you have a double room. Description, let's say 6 by 7 bed, whatever that means. Very big room, ocean view, etc. Then you set the number of adults that can be in the room at a particular time. Let's say for a double room, a double type bedroom, you have maybe 2 adults can be there, or let's say 4, and maybe 2 children. So it's done. So you set up your room. Let's say you want to set up a room for a double bedroom. You have a room number, let's say C, floor, same first floor. Then you have a description for it. You insert your room here. So you set up all the rooms like that for different categories depending on the categories you already set up in this room type. So this is where you set up charges. You set up your charge rate based on the room type. Let's say, okay, for here we set up the normal charge rate for single room is 10,000 naira basic and 00 per adult. Okay, you might be wondering what this breaking down means. There's some hotels that charge based on occupancy. You have a basic rate, then they charge you based on the amount of people that are going to lodge into the room, and there are some that don't do that. So if you don't do that, all you need to do is just leave this blank, or just put 00 there, then just put your basic. And if you do that, you fill this in. So let's say I want to set the charge rate for double bedroom. Let me set the normal charge rate. That's on a day that there is no bonanza or any other thing. Daily charge, you can put description. Let's say for double bedroom you charge for 18,000 naira. Then per adult, per child, you don't do that, then you just insert. So this is it here. Then other facilities. Now this software actually allows you to run your other facilities in the hotel, like your bar, your restaurant, and so on and so forth. So this is where you set up all that. Let's say here you want to set up your restaurant, and you put description. So here you're done with the whole setup for the system. So the next stage is to jump to booking. This is where you search for available rooms for check-in or reservation. So let's say you need a room between 21st of August to 24th, a double bedroom. So you have room C available. You select it and you click on check-in. And if you want to make a reservation, you click on reserve. So you have some options here. Some have been chosen for you. Your room number, everything. Then you get set how many people are actually staying in the room. Well, as I said before, during the setup module, this is for people that charge based on occupancy. Well, if you don't charge based on occupancy, you can leave the occupancy module the way it is. The duration has been chosen for you based on what you used to search, which is 4 days. So here you select a charge rate. because the room type we chose was double, the only charge rate we set up for double is normal, so which is 18,000 basic. So here you get to choose if you're adding it to an existing tab or a new tab. Yeah, talking about tab, the way the system works, it uses the tabbing system. That is, when a customer checks into your hotel, it creates an open tab for it. So any other activity the customer does in the hotel is added to the tab, or even if the customer wants to lodge another person in, maybe his friend or his client or something is coming in and he wants to lodge another person, you can add it, you can add that to the same tab. So here we have two open tabs. It's asking if you want to add to an existing tab, or you want to choose a new customer, or you can create a customer if the customer doesn't exist in your database already. So yeah, let's add to a new customer, which is a company named Noveltech. So checking successful. So the next tab is where you manage your reservation. That's when you reserve a room for a customer. Here, this is where you're gonna see the list of all your reservation. So you can decide to check the person in when the time comes. Let's say, okay, you reserve a room for someone tomorrow, you can check the person in when the person is around. You can delete if the customer is a no-show customer, and you can print out all the reservations available. Then this is manage check-in. This is where you manage all your current check-in. This is the one we just did, the Noveltech Incorporation. That's the customer name, the double room. You can check out here, you can extend, and you can print the list of check-ins available. Yeah, this is other facilities. This is where you get to add, let's say a customer already is in your has checked into your room already, and he decides to go and eat in the restaurant. You can actually like add to his tab from here. Let's say he had something and the amount is 3,000 naira. You select the person, Novel Inc., then you save. So that way you add to the person's tab. Module is general ledger module. The GL module helps you to manage your hotel finances. This is the summary. You have this monthly summary, the month summary, that's for the current month. You have the year summary for the current year you're in. Then you have the overall summary from the start of when you started running the hotel. You can find your summary, your credit, debit, and your total. Same thing for the year and for the month. The next tab is the GL posting. This is where you can post your credit or debit into your GL account. Then you can view your GL report if you want a more flexible report other than what you can see on the summary. This is where you search based on the period of time, and you can also print out your GL summary. Next module is the report module. Here you have the tab reports, this where you can decide to view all your all the tabs are available. Then you can view the active ones and the closed ones. Let's say you want to view the current active tabs today. This is the tab we opened like few minutes ago for Noveltech Incorporation. You can view the details of the tab here. Yeah, this is the room we checked in for Noveltech, that we checked Noveltech in. You can notice that the amount is 0. That's because we haven't run end of day. By the time you run end of day, the system charge Noveltech for a night. So when you run end of day until 24th, the system keep charging for each night. And here is the restaurant expenses already added to the tab. So you see the total the grand total for the tab. If you make any payment, the payment will be here. Then you can see the outstanding payment here. So let's say this person paid for the restaurant, paid his restaurant bill immediately, so the outstanding payment is 0 naira. Remember, the end of day hasn't been run. So here you can print out invoice for the person, and you can also close tab. If you have an active room check-in, like you haven't checked the customer out, you won't be able to close the tab. Or if your outstanding payment is not equals to 0, you won't be able to close the tab. You will need a superior intervention, like you will need someone with an overriding password, which you will soon get to that, to be able to close out this tab. The next is the customer. You can view all the customers that are currently registered on your database. Then your finance, this is where you see all the money received by your employees, by your users. For instance, the 3,000 naira I just received. Now if you want to check from the specific day, today 20th of August, I received 3,000 naira from Noble Tech. This is what is showing here. You can print that out so you can know how much each employee is received. So the next module is the user control module. This is where you set you set up what your users are gonna have access to. Let's say you want to create a new user, you create the username, you create the staff ID, then you tick the menus you want them to have access to, or you can edit and also reset user here based on whatever you want them to have access to. If for instance, if you employed someone to work in your restaurant, the person doesn't need access for bookings or your general ledger or reports or even override, you can just tick other facilities for the person, and that's all the person will have access to. The override access, that was what I was talking about in the tab page. Like for instance, the customer wasn't able to clear his tab and you want to close the tab for whatever reason that happened. You will need someone that has an override privilege to be able to do that for you. Back to the home page, I'm going to take you through some shortcuts that you can easily use on the home page without going to any of the modules. There's a scheduler here where you can see the people that are logged in for every room for that particular month. For instance, room C, we have Noble Tech logged in between 20th to 24th of the month, so you can easily see that at a glance on the home page. Also, you can change your password, you can log out, and now there's some shortcuts here that you might be wondering what they do. Yes, this shows you the active tabs. You can also view the details of the active tabs here. So this is the one we opened for Noble Tech today. Then you have check-in. The check-in tab is for the reservations that are due for check-in for that particular day. Let's say we made a reservation yesterday and the person is due for check-in today. The person's name will be here, so you can just click it and check the person in automatically without going to any of the modules. You can easily do it with a click. Check out, so those are people that are due to check out for that particular day. You can also easily just click on the person's name and check the person out without going through any stress, you know. Then the last part I'm going to be talking about is the end of day. I made mention of the end of day briefly in the tab module. When you run end of day, it's going to charge all your customers that are currently checked in. It's going to charge them for a night. Then also when you run end of day, it's going to post your end of day balance to your GL. That means all the cash you've received for the day is going to be posted to your GL as credit. So that's what the end of day does. So let's run an end of day now. So we've successfully run end of day for 20th of August, and now we are on 21st of August 2013. That's if you come back to check your GL, see the 3,000 you received has been posted to your GL. That's why you have 3,900 there, so you have 42. So if you want to confirm that, you can check your GL reports. See, for 20th of August, an end of day posting have been done for you, a credit of 3,000 naira into your GL. So that is the end of the short demo.